They know.
That's the spirit. Like it tells you that how the spirit. You don't know when it comes to go, but when you know it's within you, you know when you bringing out something and you reading something and you trying to find it, that light come on. You know, like you at your desk, you already got a light, but that light only show you the words. But when the Holy Spirit gets in it, understand the words, man. And that's a heavy thing. You know,
you get moved by it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just and just what you just said. I was reading in the scriptures. I didn't understand it at first. I don't know what it was, but during that time, and I was reading, and I believe it was like the book of James. Look, they looking too.
Yeah, looking.
Yeah. A Bible ball. And as I was reading in it through Paul's epistle at that moment, you know, I'm gonna keep it G. For some reason, it was like at that moment, I cried. And the feeling that I had in me was like he was talking. You see what I'm saying? And I read those scriptures plenty of times before, but it got me to a point where when I read it, it's like something was released, but then at the same time, something was being put in place. And I wept, man.
Yeah. I did that something last night because me and Quan been trying to get Daniel 11. I sent him something.
Yo, man.
But it was correlated. So, you know, like this, how the spirit runs, it always come back. It gave me a little bit, you know, and that brother probably go read on about that whenever he get a chance. But, you know, because he got a lot on his plate right now. But the point, the things that we spoke about 2-3 weeks ago, now coming to fruition. But it's even the rug you gave me.
Yeah.
How many times we went to Daniel 6 and 10 speaking about how Daniel went and prayed to the east. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
How about now I keep praying and now it's been manifest so many times, I'm praying in front of the window.
Don't even
realize it.
Like Daniel.
Don't even realize it. Just every day you just you pray on it. And now you get closer and you look up, you're like, I'm by the window.
The ways of the Lord. Like that's why remember with Moses had to take his what's name before he stepped his shoes before he stepped in the presence of the Lord.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Ezra did too.
Yeah, Ezra did. Yep. Like, so that shows you, like, and why did he say? Because he said, and going at that point when he stepped on the rug, this, you know, because us brothers, we got rugs, you know what I mean? But that stuff in secret, but making it known there. But the thing is like, is a beautiful thing as a man of the Lord to bow down in the presence of the Lord, you know, because you bowing down is you turning away from pride, turning away from the carnal way of thinking. You now entering in a place of understanding. I can't put myself like, what's up, dog? What's going on? Yo. It ain't none of that, man. You gotta enter in there with, and matter of fact, you just been in that place. He gotta turn around and door up for you to enter in his place.
That's right.
You in that place right where you stand at, facing towards that east. Pleading unto him. He has to welcome you in. And when he welcome you in, it's based upon.
I got a quick precept,
Go ahead.
brother, that you just
Go ahead.
That's that song, man.
Yeah, man.
This is Sirach, chapter 18, verse 23. Before thou prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord.
Come on, man.
Think upon the wrath. Think of vengeance when he shall turn away his face. This is the point. Verse 25. When thou hast enough, remember hunger, but remember the time of hunger. And when thou art rich, think upon poverty and need. You know, that's what the brother was just saying. Like, once you get down at that level you're at a level of humbleness, humility, you know, because once you're down there, you understand like, hey, you can't get no further. You know, you're looking at the dust.
Dust. Come on, man.
Dust, man.
Yeah.
Sit down, you know, that dust, man. You can't get no lower. So when you're going down to the Lord, you're showing that humility to the Lord. And if your mind is right, what it says, it says on 23, it says, before thou prayest, prepare thyself, it be not as one that tempteth the Lord. So before you go into that, you said earlier, the Holy of Holies, you know?
like we said, that you say, lint is the blood.
Right. Yeah. So you go in there, you want to make sure that your mind is right to when the Lord, that you say, you don't want to just go in there and say, Lord, no, man, you going into a mighty great king.
Yeah, man. You got to go in there with fear and trembling, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, anytime that the angel came down, and then they would have to rise on their feet after the angel gave them the ability to.
The commandment.
Yeah,
that commandment. Like, it's okay now.
Hey, Daniel, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta keep going back to that. Because Daniel had, and you said Gabriel. I wrote those down the other night. You know, Gabriel, Michael, and Yahushua.
Yep, that's right.
You know, you looking at me, you know, Daniel chapter 8, 9. Daniel was going, I mean, he was at one time, he was at his weakest. He couldn't even really speak. He said he made himself dumb. Man, you know? When you look at that word, I mean, it's so heavy.
Hey, man. That's
Yeah,
like,
it's
yo,
heavy, man.
I'm in silence right now.
Yeah. It's heavy because, hey, how we're doing the commandments, you're not moving. Right now, it's cold.
I know.
So, hey, it's nothing but the burning of the fuel,
fire.
yeah, that oil. You know, but that spirit of, it'll tell us, you know, when to leave. Go ahead,
Make the point. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. He said that to Job, you know. He said, gird up thy
your
loins,
loins.
because I'm going to speak to you as a man. You need to speak to me as a man.
Yeah.
In verse 2 it says, and spirit entered into me. And when he spake unto me, and and the spirit entered into me when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet. You see? So it's to actually even be called, man, you should always be humble in this thing, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, just walking in there, being a niggar, you know, any and every way.
Yep.
You know, more about understanding that you're now stepping into the presence of the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah. And humbling yourself, man. Humility is the key, man. Inside this walk. Like a lot of brothers, when we talk about, even when it comes to like spiritual power, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand the layers of it. You know what I'm saying? And obtaining it. For that faith. But in order to obtain what is of that faith, you gotta be in humility. You know, because there may be some things that you may not be mindful of that may be a part of this world that you may be straying along. But you want spiritual power.
You know? That's why I always use the analogy, and I'm done, you know, after this, but the analogy of the man with the two buckets.
The buckets.
You know, I say it all the time because it's that balance you gotta have. And I always wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to do what with? To retain, obtain, and maintain it. You know? Because you gotta have all those things so that you won't be blindsided. It's easy. This world is nothing but working on the flesh. It's easy for you to be outside of that realm.
That's right. Yeah, broken vessel.
Yeah.
You know? The scripture said, fool, so he shall hold no knowledge. You know? So you don't want to be cracked. You know? A crack, because we just want to make sure that you're doing everything, you know, chip yourself, man, in this thing. Because you can have it slowly.
Yeah. That's heavy right there.
Slowly. Shoot, we good? You got to put that out?
Well, going back into it, like with Mark, where we started off in the beginning, just to bring everything back together. In Mark chapter 11 and verse 22, and working down, it say, and Yahushua answering saith unto them, have faith. I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass. He shall have whatsoever he said. Like what you had said 3 weeks ago, we spoke on this and spoke on that, and boom, it manifested. You see? Going further, verse 20. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, you see, this is why we in the truth, right? When ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Have them.
That's it. You got to run that back.
Verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, what things believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Verse 25. And when ye stand praying, forgive, if ye have aught against any, that your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you. Now that's really like the point that I wanted to bring out on that point right here. Before anything making it known to you, have faith in God. You can't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you ain't clean to the inward man. That inward man at the end of the day is built off of discipline. That's why the Rakak Wadash, according to the wisdom of Solomon, it teaches you how to have discipline. Right? It does not dwell in it say about the spirit of discipline. Yeah, malicious soul.
Or a body given in sin.
Yeah, a body given in sin. Think about it. A body given in sin, a malicious soul. You are that soul, meaning you are filled up with things that are carnal. Your soul is filled up with the chains of darkness. That's why you're in bondage with those chains that are of darkness. You see? That inward man is going to free you.
That's why that balance is so important.
That balance.
Because, the Lord even spoke about unbalance is an abomination.
Abomination. Meaning something he hates. So how can you pray and you unbalanced? You know what I'm saying? But going into it, and when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any. Like that's the main thing. That's why I be saying you gotta have your heart to be as light as a feather. If your heart is not as with things that are out of a place of carnality, which are burdensome to you, if you ain't letting those things go and walking in faith, how can you be inside the truth?
What's that scripture? That's a lot.
Go ahead.
Where you said, how can I tell you the things of this earth? Yeah.
How can I tell you heavenly things?
Yeah. It's a lot.
And you know what I mean?
If you believe in that earthly thing.
Yeah.
If you don't even believe, you got to forgive your neighbor, man. How are you going to know the mysteries, man?
And that's just the simple things right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the simple things that's that I really want to say the little things that are in the laws. You know what I'm saying? That's why one jot and one tittle and should know why pass from the law. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes in talking about those who are in position and where they put if they using self-examination, this is where their position gonna be at in the kingdom. But those who are acknowledging it, this is where their position in the kingdom. And if those ain't exceeding past the Pharisees, this is where their position is at. You see? That's all it is. I mean, so I pray that this was edifying and beautiful. You know what I mean? Understand it all?
And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father. His name is
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahusha, Bashem, Kakadash.
Shalom.
Shalom. Abba, Abba.
Abba.